What if a zombie virus breaks out? And is it even possible? To know that, we have to go back in time, a long way back, to where all of this started. It came out of the east, on ships. Nobody knew what it was. All they knew was that the ships kept arriving. And when they arrived, every man on board was already dead. Horror gripped them. Then it got off the ships. It starts like a bad flu. Headache, fever. Some bled from the nose. Some vomited blood. Some rotted so fast their own families would not enter the room. You had 3 days, sometimes 1. You could wake up healthy and be in the ground before dark. In 4 years, it wiped out somewhere between 1/3 and a half of everyone in Europe, 25 to 50 million. It took Europe 200 years to grow those people back. This was called the Black Death. The war was ending. The soldiers were going home. But as luck would have it, they were carrying something sinister with them. Something they did not know about. First, their lips turned blue, then their faces. Then their fingers went black, and then there was nothing left to tell. There were not enough coffins. It killed around 50 million of them. In 2 years, that virus killed more people than the 4-year World War it travelled on. This was called the influenza pandemic. And centuries later, when the world thought there were no outbreaks left, came this. Something jumps out of an animal and into a person. Officially, 7 million died. Count the deaths that should never have happened, and it is closer to 20 million. And 5 years later, after the horrific events of COVID-19, came Hantavirus. This virus is generally new. You catch it from mice. It starts as a fever, so you go to bed thinking it is flu. Then your lungs fill with fluid and you drown inside while being on a dry land. COVID killed less than 1 in 100. Hantavirus kills around 1 in 3. It is more brutal than COVID. It is far more deadly than COVID. But for now, it is under control. But why am I explaining all these historical outbreaks? Because it is very important for me to explain what happened before I tell you what comes next. I just showed you a pattern. Later in the video, you will see how it connects. Now you must be thinking, if a zombie virus ever appeared, how would it start and from where will it begin? TV has a whole lot of different theories. The Last of Us says it's a fungus. Cordyceps evolved by global warming, as it raises Earth's temperature enough that the fungus can finally survive inside a human body. Resident Evil says a corporation did it on purpose. I Am Legend says we did it trying to cure cancer. But science has a completely different theory. Viruses are moving from animals into humans more and more often. COVID started with bats, which means the chance of a zombie virus, or something even more dangerous, is only getting higher. And it could start with rabies. Unlike most viruses, rabies does not travel through the blood. It attacks the nerves. It moves along them slowly, a few millimeters a day, heading for the brain. The immune system has a hard time stopping it. Once the virus reaches the brain, it causes severe damage, and it completely changes you. It causes hallucinations, rage, confusion. The virus lives in saliva. The virus makes the host bite. That is not a coincidence. That is a delivery system. Right now, this virus is slow. It burns out. It kills the host and it stops there. But viruses do not stay the same. Every time one copies itself, it makes a mistake. And every mistake is a chance to become something else. COVID did it. Flu does it every single year. So put rabies into enough bodies, give it enough copies, enough chances, enough time. Nobody can tell you it will never find the one thing it is missing, because everything else is already there. The brain, the rage, the bite, the death sentence. It is missing one piece, and one piece is not very much to ask for. But there is something else that even looks scarier than rabies: the fungus. The Last of Us theory is real. When cordyceps infect a carpenter ant, over several days it grows through the body. And then the ant does something it has never done in its life. It leaves the colony. It climbs. It finds a leaf at a very specific height, on a very specific side of the plant, at a very specific humidity. And it bites down on the vein. It locks its jaws and it never lets go. Researchers call it the death grip. Then the fungus kills it. A stalk grows out of the back of its head. It releases tiny spores that fall onto the ground below, spreading to others nearby, onto its sisters. Researchers found the fungus was not inside the ant's brain. It controlled the body by taking over the muscles. The ant's brain remained intact, which means it may still be aware as its own body carries it to its death. Now, our body temperature is far too hot for that fungus to survive inside us. Your body heat is a wall. But due to global warming getting worse, the planet is getting hotter. And everything alive is adapting to it. Fungi have been here for 1 billion years. They have survived every extinction this planet has ever had, long before we showed up. They are very good at adapting. And our protective wall is not made of stone. It is made of a few degrees. But chill out, guys, it has not happened yet. But humans being humans, they started to synthesize a virus in a secret laboratory. That takes us to the H5N1. This one is a classic Resident Evil case. In 2011, scientists studied H5N1, a deadly bird flu virus. The virus could kill humans, but it could not easily spread from person to person. So scientists changed the virus in the lab to understand what would make it spread through the air between mammals. They used ferrets because their lungs are similar to humans. They did a simple but dangerous modification of a deadly virus. After many tests, the virus gained the ability to spread between those mammals. This caused a huge debate. Many scientists worried that creating a more dangerous virus could be risky. And the fear was justified. If a dangerous virus becomes easier to spread, nature may create a disaster faster than humans can stop it, just like how it happened in Resident Evil. The research was paused for a while, but later it continued. But if that virus ever learned the ability to travel between humans, the consequences will be terrible. Last but not least, prions, the one that frightens the people who study it. Prions. A prion is not alive. It is not a virus. It has no DNA. It is a protein folded the wrong way. Think of a protein like a piece of paper folded into a specific shape. A prion is that same paper folded incorrectly. And here is the scary part. A bad-shaped protein touches a normal protein in your brain, and it forces that normal protein to become the bad shape too. It is a shape, and the shape is contagious. There is no drug for it because there is nothing to kill. It survives boiling. It survives formaldehyde. It survives the sterilization protocol that wipes out everything else in a hospital. It sits in soil for years and stays infectious. Right now, across North America, a prion disease is moving through deer, elk, and moose. They stop being afraid of people. They stand in the road and stare at nothing. The press calls it zombie deer disease, and for once, that is not an exaggeration. It spreads through saliva and urine, and it stays in the ground long after the animal is gone. There has not been a human case. Not yet. But a question arises. If a zombie virus arrives, can you survive it? And will a virus like this end the world? Can you outrun it like the hero in every movie? Punching zombies, swinging a baseball bat through a horde, walking into a cash and carry and taking whatever you want? Honest answer? I don't think so. But it depends on a lot of factors. It depends on which of those 4 cases the virus comes from, what the fatality rate is, how contagious it is. Same with the second question. Except the second question depends on one thing: how fast we find the vaccine. The world would already be over if we had not made those COVID vaccines. So imagine this: no cure is developed, and everyone is being hunted by those vicious things. The cities would have to build walls around themselves, and the citizens would be checked regularly. But one missed check, one small mistake, and the city comes apart. The result would be inevitable regardless. So if we are unable to find the vaccine, the world would end. So, is a zombie virus possible? Look at what already exists. A virus that climbs into your brain, fills you with rage, and makes you bite. A fungus that takes a living body and walks it to its own death. A disease that hollows animals out until they stand in the road and stare at nothing. And a laboratory that can teach any of them how to spread. They are just sitting in 4 different bodies. These viruses just need the right condition to, come over. And then it's over.